Hello, I'm Rhonda Livingstone and I'm the National Education Leader with the Australian Children's Education and Care Quality Authority, or ACECQA. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land which I am on, as well as those of the land you are living and working on. I pay my respects to elders, past, present and emerging, and any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander peoples joining us today. The changes to the NQF followed a review that began in 2014. The review aimed to determine if the goals of the NQF to improve the quality of education and care in Australia were being met in the most efficient and effective way. Overall, the review found the NQF to be an important and successful reform with strong stakeholder support. Surveys of the sector have shown that support for the NQF has been consistently high at above 95% since its inception in 2012. However, the review also found some technical and operational improvements were required after 5 years of operation. As part of the review, the sector, families and communities were consulted about improvements to the NQF. These improvements reflect a commitment to continuously improve the quality, efficiency and effectiveness of the NQF while reducing unnecessary burden on the sector. It's important to note that changes to the NQF took effect in two distinct phases: changes to the national law and regulation and changes to the National Quality Standard, or NQS. The changes to the law and regulations were introduced from 1 October 2017. Significant changes to the law and regulations include removing supervisor certificate requirements, introducing requirements for nominated supervisors and persons in day-to-day charge of an education and care service to have undertaken child protection training, introducing requirements for approved providers to have policies and procedures around sleep and rest practices for children, improved oversight and support within family daycare to achieve better compliance and quality across the whole sector, introducing a national educator-to-child ratio of 1 to 15 for services providing education and care to school-aged children, changes to notifications, incidents, allegation notifications and complaint requirements. The revised NQS commenced on 1 February 2018. You may see or hear it referred to as the 2018 NQS. It has fewer standards and elements, comprising 15 standards instead of 18 and 40 elements instead of 58. It also uses language that is more consistently understood and removes duplication between the National Quality Standard and the regulations. The 2018 NQS strives to clarify how quality is rated by streamlining the process to minimise burden for services and maintain a focus on quality outcomes. A rating of exceeding National Quality Standard means going above and beyond what is expected of the meeting NQS level. During the review of the NQF, feedback from the sector suggested there was a need for clearer guidance on the difference between the meeting and exceeding NQS rating levels for each standard of the NQS. Accordingly, state and territory governments, ACECQA, and a working group of sector experts work together to develop new guidance that clarifies the requirements and expectations between meeting NQS and exceeding NQS. This guidance was informed by the characteristics of high-quality services across the country. In addition to meeting the requirements of a standard, services will need to demonstrate that practice for that standard is embedded in service operations, informed by critical reflection, and shaped by meaningful engagement with families and or the community. The 3 themes of the new Exceeding NQS guidance will be familiar to educators and providers across all service types and locations. There are many services that are already delivering exceeding NQS level outcomes for children, and they will recognise the 3 themes in their practice. From 1 February, services need to demonstrate all 3 exceeding NQS themes for a standard to be rated exceeding NQS. Using the observe, cite and discuss methods to collect evidence about service quality, authorised officers will now look specifically for evidence of the 3 exceeding themes. Authorised officers will then consider all evidence collected to determine a service's quality rating. The Guide to the National Quality Framework outlines the assessment and rating process, including detailed guidance on each of the standards of the NQS and the exceeding NQS rating level. The guide is available to download on the ACECQA website. It's important to note that the guidance is not exhaustive or prescriptive. Service providers and educators are encouraged to be innovative in how they demonstrate the exceeding NQS themes. Detailed information about the NQF and recent changes can be found on the ACECQA website in the form of information sheets, slide packs, webcasts, free resources and posters. I also encourage you to subscribe to our newsletter and blog, as well as follow us on Facebook. These also provide a wealth of information about the NQF and quality education and care. One specific ACECQA resource I would like to flag with you all is the Quest for Quality game. You can download the free game and instructions or purchase a set of the knowledge cards on the ACECQA website. The game provides team-building activities and discussion points for educators. The game is designed to assist providers, educators and students to understand the revised NQS, so it could be a great resource for you. I hope you've found the information in this brief presentation useful.